to the Supreme Court's overturning of Roe versus Wade. I'm going to try and stick to the facts here and just give you guys everything that you need to know. Number one, so the Supreme Court overruled Roe versus Wade, ruling with a 6-3 decision. The majority decision was authored by Justice Alito, as was indicated in that leak that came out from Politico a few months ago. So the Chief Justice actually did end up voting with the majority, but he went ahead and said he would have taken a, quote, more measured course, stopping short of overruling Roe versus Wade outright. The court's 3 liberal members obviously dissented. There were a couple of concurrences, but I'll want to get to the immediate effect of what it actually means right now. So there are 22 states right now where abortion is going to either be illegal or restricted in some form. So in terms of the states where they're going to be illegal as a result of trigger laws, I believe there are 13 different states. So I'm going to read them off. We've got Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, South Dakota, North Dakota, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Kentucky. So on top of those, there are also a couple of states that have pre-Roe versus Wade abortion bans that are still on the books. Alabama, Arizona, Michigan, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. Now, in terms of near total bans, you're going to have Georgia, which has got the 6-week abortion ban, obviously, that passed in 2019. We've got Iowa, Ohio, South Carolina. So that's basically 22 states where you're going to see a change to existing abortion procedure and laws that currently exist that are on the books. Now, in terms of what's being made of the decision itself, obviously there was a lot of fear. Crystal wanted me to go ahead and highlight this. In a solo concurring opinion, Justice Thomas says that the court should, quote, reconsider rulings that protect contraception, same-sex relationships, and same-sex marriage. So I think that there's going to be a lot politically that's gone ahead and made of that. So right now, as I'm recording this for all of you, the White House has not yet issued a statement. President Biden is actually set to go, I believe he's going to Germany for the G7 tomorrow, but he's got nothing on his schedule. Everything was keeping it open. We actually were kind of expecting this to drop next week, not necessarily today, because there was a chance, or at least the people I had spoken to had said that they were going to consider it happening there. So, okay, we've kind of covered the decision. In terms of what the decision actually reads, for those who care, it is, quote, held the Constitution does not confer a right to abortion. Roe and Casey are overruled, and the authority to regulate abortion is returned to the people and their elected representatives. Now,
birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
We are not reversing. I-Constitutional Court into idicidile pha ukuthi whether this is a debate of life, yabo, like if ubuyibukele la video la video le ndikusendele yona kuqala ibithetha about i-paradoxes, yabo, but sometimes there are some questions that cannot be answered because they have 2 answers at the same time, yabo. And life unjalo sometimes, yabo. So kulena lento ye-abortion, both things are right at the same time. Intersection yezinto eziyi-2, ye-rights eziyi-2. It's 2 rights battling up. Kubhetlisha i-right yomntu nomzimba wakhe, uyabo, ukuthi are there ever situations whereby a government is allowed to tell you what to do with your body, uyabo? And if cities zikhona ezo zinto, the government is going to run away with it, Londo. The government is going to force you to put i-fingerprints zakho phi kwizinto, ulinkishise fingerprints zakho to something. The government is going to force you to put something to track you ukuthi uphi unjani, to prevent crime, to make the place a safer place, ukuthini. The government can force you if city i-abortion is not a right. Yabo. If city abortion is illegal, the government can tell you which drugs not to take or to take in order to get certain outcomes from the population. Yabo. Okanye enforce nokuthi thathe drugs ezitheni to get that outcome kwi-economy eyifunayo. All of those things go with bodily autonomy. Another very valid side is side human life. Yeah, is there anyone under any circumstances who is allowed to take a human life? Yeah, countries which have developed, and I see it as a development. I see America is barbaric for still having a death penalty, but we court, I see it as a very advanced or futuristic idea that a human life is so sovereign that under no circumstances, noba wenze anything horrible kangakanani lo muntu, is anyone allowed to take that human life. Uyabo. Noba lo muntu angabulala umfazi nefamily yepresident yonke, the president is not allowed to call for that person's death. Ayenze ngepowers zakhe. It's not a power that the president has. Yes, he can break the law, but uzobanjwa through a justice system, if a justice system yethu is functioning properly. Yabo. If unjalo umthetho wethu walapha eSouth Africa was so resilient on issue ye-life, then why is it going to lena yabafazi? Man, it's cool. You can take a life there. If we think value a life on something, umntu oyi-pro-life angayitsho, we say that life can go away on something else. I don't feel like having a child. It's going to inconvenience me through this journey. Yeah, I'm your life. So I will kill you so that my life becomes more convenient. We wouldn't accept that anywhere else. Yeah, but now le bodily autonomy argument is still very valid. So by the court choosing ukuthi into was a bodily autonomy thing and not a life thing, a court fucked up, because those are two, and I think it was very good ukuthi baye bathi, and I'm sure because bafakishe up baye bathi xa besenza ezinye ii-judgments kwaye kuya kuba nzima ukwenza ii-judgments ezibonakala zii-constitutional okanye zii-fair, because now you are going to start hitting the more. If you take something away from the voters, the more you are going to keep getting away from i-commonweal yabantu, the more tyrannical you will end up seeming, because abantu want freedom. Yabo. And so since kukho ezo zinto, since kukho loo nto back on the table, poof, ayikazuqala ukuba back on the table, because it's a taboo for now. Yabo. And people will stay away for a taboo for a couple of years. Yabo. And bazothetha ngeli hlobo, but uzujonge, I'm saying most years states that had banned abortion will unban abortion most likely in the next coming years. Yabo. But ekuhambeni kwexesha uqale bit by bit, ayibo kutheni kunje nakanje nakanje. Yabo. Either ba-equalizer ezazinto zokuthi okay, abortion fine, but into ye-finance yamajita mayiyekho. Yabo. Yokuthi umjita makafinance umntana abe engamfuni lo mntana, kuqale kubekho penalties for ama-children izinto akhulisa abantwana abangengabo tata. Like kukho i-progressive states that are truly progressive, yabo, that actually discuss ideas that are not into rhetoric. Kukho states ezobakho rhetoric ezoveza i-abortion trend zife on that hill, but progressive states will that's seeming fairer zona, yabo, because it's going to be a dialogue between men and women about what they want through a candidate is thile, yabo, ne-beliefs zazo ezo candidates. And then kwezinye states it's going to be no abortion, yabo. I think both of the sides were wrong, yabo, and andikho sure ukuthi ezi states ezisesiphakathini are actually right, yabo, on the issue. But what I'm saying is yi-progress le, yi-progress, like people will be living better lives because le dialogue iyenzeka. And I think that it's the beautiful thing about our world, layers of dualities, that there's nothing and everything at the same time. Lonke ixesha, like nothing matters and everything matters at all of the time, at all times. It's something that's beautiful about our world.